Hey everyone, before we get started with the video, I wanted to thank you all so much for 100,000 subscribers. This has been an insane and crazy journey for me and Gem. If you told us 5 years ago that we would have a channel making high quality and popular Minecraft roleplay videos, we honestly would have not believed you. It makes me happy and honestly a little nervous for the future, but we cannot wait for what we have in store for you all. I also wanted to let you know that episode 1 of Through His Eyes is taking a little longer than anticipated, but that is to make it perfect as it needs to be. We cannot wait to invite you to this familiar place with some new faces, and maybe some old ones? We'll be sure to update you all when we get closer to a release date. Now, let's get to the Q&A portion of the video. When is Oliver going to make a return after Multiverse Valley? Unfortunately, Oliver will not be making a return. Multiverse Valley and any other series attached to the characters has been shelved and repurposed for a future series. I'm really sorry for those who were excited for Elemental Academy to come out. Will there be a season 2 of Hex Hallows? There's a small possibility of a season 2 happening. However, it does depend on how a certain thing is received by you guys. Do you have any other stories you plan on doing anytime soon? We have a ton of stories ready for us to share on the channel, although a lot of it depends on set builds, scripting, and finding voice actors, and also really fitting it into our schedule for the future. We do have a ton planned this year and the next, so stay tuned for more. How does making MCRPs work, and what are the most important things to know? Every creator is different with their steps in making cinematic videos. Some will have body actors act out lines in real time, then the voice actors will voice over. We use a mod called Blockbuster to help us record videos without needing body actors to help us. This is the same mod that allows for model ears and tails to be placed on the HD skins. The most important thing to know when you create content like this is, honestly, just have fun and don't be afraid to experiment. I also recommend focusing on what you want to make. I know sometimes you want to do fan service, but in the end, you'll just make a story you don't like. Would the original characters of Bloodlust ever make a cameo in the reboot, or are they just gone? Original Bloodlust characters will not be making any appearances in the new iteration. The story will follow a new cast of characters and with an all-new storyline. Stay tuned for more info about that series at a later date. Though Starfall Lovers isn't part of the timeline, would it still be brought up as a show in the universe like the original Bloodlust? I can't say much, but Starfall Lovers is kind of the beginning, but also the end of everything. It's neither going to be a show or a novel series in the Starfall timeline, but it does have its connection. Do you ever post Easter eggs for upcoming projects that we never notice? Oh, absolutely. We have a couple Easter eggs in Starfall Lovers that hints to a brand new project we are working on behind the closed doors. Hopefully, maybe you guys can find it. Who knows? Did the direction of some of your roleplays change as it went on, or did you have the stories figured out from the start? We'll have a basic outline of the series and what we want to do with it after we brainstorm it for a while. There are a few things we'll go back and change or fix to better fit the scripts that we wrote. I'm honestly not an amazing writer or someone who should be praised for it, but I'm still learning and growing my skill. If you could go back and change everything about Hex Hallows, what would that be? I honestly would be lying if I didn't say everything. We'll go back and watch an episode of Hex Hallows and I'll just always think about ideas or character interactions I wish I could have written better back then. Maybe one day I could go back and fix my mistakes and do better, but we'll see if that day ever happens. Do you ever wish a series got more attention than the others? Honestly, sometimes I do wish Hex Hallows got more of the recognition it deserved, but we kind of understand why people didn't like it compared to, let's say, Spellbound or Starfall Lovers. We did love making this series as it honestly gave us a good chance to get into like heavy lore, you know? Who's the best character you've written for lore-wise? That would be Nibirius. I can't say much more than that. Otherwise I'd be spoiling. Was Felix supposed to die, or was there a different thing in store for him? Honestly, we've always wanted some sort of tragic death towards the end of Season 1, but it really took us a while to figure it out. Unfortunately, a lot of details and plot lines were rushed or skipped out on, which kind of made the death feel a little distasteful and not built up to correctly. How does it feel to direct and produce your own stories? It honestly makes me happy to be able to do this type of content after so many years. Jem and myself got very tired of waiting for others to make LGBT-centered stories to watch, so we created our own. Alright, now for the last question. What mods do you use for the RPs? We use many mods like Blockbuster mod, as stated previously, that helps us record characters, place models on them, and also add camera work all in Minecraft. Furniture mods like Minituria, Decocraft, Chisel and Bit allow us to have cool small details to the set builds. We also have a few custom mods that we use in our videos as well. Thank you all for your amazing questions. We plan on doing more Q&A type videos in the future of the channel, so stay tuned for more. If you do have any other questions that we didn't touch upon or answered, feel free to comment them down below. Either Jem or myself will get to them as soon as possible. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!